Saturn, the benefic Lord of Karma, is here. So if you are trying to reap some good rewards from now until 2028-ish, Shameless Squad, do not play around because Saturn is at its fall in Aries, and we are going to talk about the shameless tea when it comes to the astrology for the next couple years and what you can expect with your fortune, your horoscopes, everything like that here. And I'm going to share all the different things with you overall. So Saturn goes into Aries specifically on May 24th, 2025. I'm recording this on May 20th, and then it'll retrograde back into Pisces later on this year for some time. But then Saturn goes back into Aries in 2026 and is going to stay until 2028 here. So watch your sun, watch your moon, watch your rising, but watch your rising, then your sun, then your moon. That's going to be most accurate for you based on these fortunes, horoscopes, everything like that, because I'm using the whole sign house system. I am not looking at your astrology birth chart. This is general astrology and a read and everything along those lines. These themes will be playing out for the next couple of years though. So I am warning you, make sure to watch this video, boo, and come back to it because Daddy Saturn does not play. If you're not familiar with Saturnian energy, then you definitely want to make sure you hit the subscribe button, come back for more in regards of the storyline and what's playing out for you in my future horoscopes, boo. And make sure to like this video and comment below if you are ready for Saturn getting out of Pisces, moving into Aries, and having some new shifts of energies here overall. So, for those of you that are new, what up? I'm shamelessly sexy Jackie here. She, hers. I am a psychic medium and sexual confidence coach. I use astrology as a tool to really help people learn about spirituality, sex, intimacy, pleasure, relationships, their sexual self-care, money, business, all the damn things up in here. Okay. So, I'm super excited to get into this video with you, Shameless Squad. I am definitely going to be talking about a couple different asteroids that just make so much sense with this Saturnian energy. For those of you that don't know, Saturn is my chart ruler. I'm a Capricorn rising. Capricorn energy dominates my chart here. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about some things to be mindful of here overall. This will be affecting the cardinal signs first and foremost here. Saturn is previously in Pisces, which is kind of background energy, where maybe we didn't necessarily see certain things. Maybe we saw the best in people, and maybe that was frustrating for some of us. Maybe we wanted to take people's words and then they didn't actually like commit to certain things here specifically. We want to so badly believe this Piscean energy that has kind of pulled the wool over our eyes here. And this is something where Saturn is like, no more. So anything that you experienced that maybe was negative from the past, maybe people not holding themselves accountable or not being held accountable, Daddy Saturn's coming in and is going to expose that and explode that here specifically. If you've been with me for the past couple years, I hate the baby hairs, y'all. Do you get those? Wash my hair today. And I'm like, get out of my eye. Anywho, boo. But if you've been watching me for the past couple years here on my channel, I've been talking about how Pluto and Aquarius is going to expose people online, technology, different types of things are going to come out that are going to help more people in the community, right? I did an all 12 signs video about what you can expect with Neptune and Aries here, and that's going to affect us for years. So go back, watch that video. It's under the Astrology 2025 playlist here, because this is not a one and done type of video, Shameless Squad, at all. You're going to want to come back to these for your own shameless self-care when it comes to astrology and spirituality and the messages you need to know here to be warned, because I've been warning a lot of you about these certain things that are playing out. And Neptune is now in Aries overall. And I talked about a lot of people are going to be going through spiritual awakenings. There could be a lot of different things where aggression or impulsivity is very high here, but things are going to be in your face here overall because it's, in Aries, the first sign of astrology. And so it's going to be seen, it's going to be known, it's going to be out there, it's going to be erratic, maybe a little bit too. And let's talk about what that means for Saturn in Aries here overall, because Saturn is actually at its fall in Aries. Saturn does not like being in Aries. And I know a lot of people try to use astrology to really be like, oh my God, this is so great. This is changing, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, let's keep it real here. I'm 100 on my channel, y'all. So it's not comfortable here. This is something where if you have Aries in your chart, you are going to be impacted by this the most. You're going to feel this the most. Then Libra, your sibling sign here specifically. And I'm going to share with y'all a little bit tools for the collective of what you can really do when Saturn is in Aries and what this energy is really asking you to do and us to do here overall and moving forward with some of this stuff specifically. And then if you're Capricorn, you're going to feel it next here overall because Saturn is your chart ruler here, right? So my Cap Cappies out there who have been, you learn the hard way, right? Like Daddy Saturn is not the kindest. It is the taskmaster. It is you're going to learn your lessons the hard ways, Capricorns. And because of that, you know this energy very well. And I'm pretty sure you know how to be mindful and playful with this energy to not F around and find out because you get it. Okay. And then Cancers, this is going to affect you like fourth the most here because you're the sibling sign of Capricorn. So, cardinal signs, this is a whole new karmic lesson for you, as well as the collective, but on a smaller scale here, where Saturn is going to bring you either karmic blessings, depending on how you've been, you know, and they're going to show up for you in different types of ways. And the rest of the collective too, there's going to be lessons and blessings is the best way that I can really describe this kind of energy because Daddy Saturn is the long game. Saturnian energy, for those of you that don't know, it's discipline. It's showing up every day. It's holding oneself accountable here. It's being mindful of how you come off to other people. It's very diligent energy. And Saturn is this, sage-like wisdom, shamanic wisdom here specifically, where Saturn in myths and mythology was really all about different types of psychoactive plants and properties that, are related to shamanic roots here specifically. So this would be a great time just in general to use these energies to get clear on where it is you want to go, where you want to move forward on your goals, where you want to move forward on reaping what you sow. Good karma, yo. And some different types of things here overall. Some other things that I just want to share with you when it comes to Saturn specifically, Saturdays is Saturn days. So this is something where you could really use the energy wisely when it comes to planning out goals, getting tasks done, and doing these things, especially for cardinal signs and everyone else just collectively, because those energies will generally be here overall. And so it's just something like use it or lose it specifically. And this is something where, if you want to be able to practice a lot of different protection with herbs or using some different kinds of things, that's going to be really good because Saturn is also restrictive. It's depressive energies. It's, wanting you to restrict yourself sometimes. So these are some things to just really be mindful of, but it also wants you to take leadership, take accountability, take action in your life here. So it's like kick it into gear, okay? Um, and we will talk about a couple different specific asteroids in this read here as well. So we'll go through it all, Shameless Squad, but some things that you can really be mindful of, like I said, Saturn wants you to commit. So where are you committing in your life? Saturn wants you to move forward. Saturn wants you to be focused. Saturn wants you to be diligent. Saturn does not want you to be busy. Saturn wants you to be productive on your goals here. And so this is one of those things where if you aren't actually stepping into what it is that you're wanting to manifest and claim that very diligently overall with this Saturnian energy and Aries being the leader moving forward, taking action and those next steps, you might get, a slap on the wrist of like, well, you wanted to do this and you didn't have a plan for it specifically, right? Like if you were to, for example, if this is hitting one of your money houses, right? And you're like, I want to manifest this much money and blah, 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 blah. And then you get like some sort of unexpected bill in the mail, or you can't pay down that debt, or you didn't actually have a plan to manifest more money here, right? Then Daddy Saturn's probably going to hit you with the karma, like of, hey, like you wanted to do this and you didn't take action on it. So it's not going to come to you, right? You're going to learn a lesson from this overall. That can come up in love, money, relationships, spirituality. We'll talk about mental health routines, how this is hitting your house specifically based on your rising sign, and then watch your sun and moon because that's going to give you the full picture here. This is also really showing maturity in relationships. And so it's kind of like what is that called? It's like jumbo shrimp, oxymoron. Okay, it's kind of like an oxymoron when Aries is in Saturn here because Saturn wants you to like mature, grow up, invest in yourself, move forward on things that are going to be really healthy and helpful for you with a plan here, right? And Aries wants to be flighty, impulsive, and F it and find out energy, and that's not necessarily going to be the most comfortable here overall. It is about starting something. However, it's also about finishing something. So it's not about quick impulsivity here overall. And It's important to be mindful of really taking initiative in life, clarity with this, and really being ready to start a brand new karmic chapter. So I'm excited to get into this with all of you. One of the biggest things about Saturn, too, that a lot of people don't know about is Saturn is truly boundaries. And with people who may not have a lot of Saturnian energy in their chart, or a packed 10th house, or Capricorn placements, and maybe more mutable signs where they're flexible, or more fixed signs where they're more firm, I would encourage you to be mindful of, have I been too firm on my boundaries? If I do have a lot of fixed sign energy in my chart, have I been too flexible on my boundaries? If you have a lot of Cancer in your chart, have you been too overgiving in your relationships? I have. Okay. Care tending or just being there for other people. I got that mommy daddy access of Cancer Capricorn. So I know that all too well. So it's important to be mindful of that sibling sign here too. And this is important to be mindful of really kind of rewriting any stories or narratives of like how you grew up specifically and, figure out what boundaries you need to set now, maybe as an adult. It's about patience, but also emotional maturity when Saturn is in Aries here specifically. So it can feel kind of uncomfortable. It can feel like, oh, is this actually like manifesting? Am I actually seeing changes? This is actually moving forward in the right direction, and Saturn's blessings are bigger because they take a longer time and they take grounded, seated action here specifically. So, a couple questions that could be good for you to be mindful of is a Saturn can also be anxiety too. Take note of any fears that are coming up for you. What are you anxious about? What are you stressed about? What's coming up for you specifically? Do some self-reflection skills. Flip your hand and look at you in the mirror, right? Pretend this is a mirror and like talk out loud to yourself specifically, Shameless Squad here overall. The other day, one of the things that I did personally was because I'm trying to clear and forgive and release any past karma that maybe I wasn't proud of myself for in moments in life, and also like different types of relationships and friendships that I stayed in for too long, and trying to find, perspective in that. And so, some really great exercises for you to do. It could be karma clearing, and this could be, if you hurt anybody in the past and you're not in contact with them, you could say you're sorry, put it out there to the universe, genuinely apologize, right? You could write them a letter and burn it, let it go, release it. You could really do different types of rituals with elements too, put it in a balloon and let that balloon fly away. If you can do origami and make a little boat, like watch it go down a stream here, right? If you want to do something and just bury it, right? You can bury it. So there's just a lot of different things that you could do in regards of forgiveness, rituals, karma clearing here overall, but also using self-compassion and self-kindness to yourself and saying like, if this were a friend and they were looking for forgiveness with themselves, what would I say to myself? How can I practice self-kindness, right? Common humanity is the second self-compassion skill, which is also like everyone fucks up in life. Everyone does things, and I'm allowed to move forward and start this whole new chapter and forgive myself for any past mistakes here overall. And then the third skill is mindfulness, just having a mindful awareness as well as when we try to be hard on ourselves, because Saturn really is like that inner critic kind of energy. So even though we know all this information, it's definitely important to be mindful of like, how are we being hard on ourselves? How are we beating ourselves up specifically during this time with Saturn and Aries? If things just don't feel like they're jiving or going, like make sure you also have a list of accomplishments and look at every little task that you did that day and that you accomplished, whether or not it was related to a big manifestation or just daily goals, or even just one thing you wanted to get done that day, Shameless Squad, because that can be a lot sometimes, right? So I want us to be mindful of this. The thing that I was reflecting on though from my past when it comes to relationships and friendships, I was just trying to reflect and really introspect and go back to like, I had we had Saturn, or we had Pluto in Capricorn for so many years, and I talked about this in a different video on my channel about how I really lost more so friendships, relationships, community, just people like that was the time of my life where I like death, rebirth, transformation, death, rebirth, transformation, death, rebirth, transformation as a Capricorn rising. I'm still very grateful and blessed that I have my mother and father alive here specifically. But for friendships, like they completely changed over decade plus. And I was just reflecting about this the other day of just trying to be very mindful of, how did I show up in these relationships? What was the reality that I created here? Were there certain things that I were doing that were wrong? How did I maybe overgive because I have a Cancer stellium and I also have a Capricorn as my chart ruler. And so that can be really difficult because you have this Cancerian energy that like wants to help, wants to be needed, wants to be wanted, right? And then this Capricorn energy that knows the fucking answer and just wants to jump in and do the work and whatever. And an astrologer previously told me, like, you at a subconscious level, Jackie, are that person that knows how to just help people, that you may not even realize it, that your friendships may be coming to you for a certain thing here. And you might just jump right in because you're going to offer that help because you're such a loving person here. And we talked about how, because of where my house stelliums are and where it lands for me personally, I attract people with a lot of trauma. I attract people that are very, one-sided in friendships and relationships, and I need to be mindful of pouring up my cup. And so she talked to me a lot about boundaries, and I really have been insistent on that prior to it, after my Saturn return a couple of years ago, till like now with my relationships, and really speaking up for myself and loving myself and having hard conversations with people here overall. But there were some key themes that I saw, and I was also like, Jackie, you co-created that reality of only having one-sided like friendships or relationships. And, as a former sex therapist and practicing sex therapy, that's easier, right? When it comes to your personal life, that's harder because I, at a subconscious level, just wanted to be there for friends. But then, like, I noticed my friends weren't necessarily there for me as much. And it just ties in so much to the astrology and things. And so I'm sure y'all might be like, we don't give a fuck. I just wanted to shamelessly share certain things that I was doing. And I was just really talking to myself out loud. I was trying to take on their perspective, my perspective, and just see if there were certain key themes based on relationships that I was attracting or involved in or whatever. And I really had to ask myself, a hard question, like myself in the mirror, would these relationships do or be those things that I did or be for them? And the answer was no. Across these 10 relationships I was thinking about, Shameless Squad. And so it's definitely important with Saturn and Aries not to blur boundaries and not to be impulsive when you share your boundaries or anything, or aggressive, because it's Aries energy, right? But to really get clear and clarity and level-headed. And sometimes we can just need to reflect on past things in order to move forward in the future if something felt wrong. And I just sent all those people, in my life, well wishes and happiness and all the blessings in the world, because I don't wish anyone ill will whatsoever. I don't have time for that. Okay. So I just wanted to share. I hope some of these things can help, because I think a lot of times people look to helpers and healer to heal that person, when we honestly consistently need to be working on helping ourselves and helping us as healing too. And if you know me, like, I'm the type of person who practices what they preach, and I'm not going to do something and recommend something that like I haven't tried or done before too, Shameless Squad. So no way, shape, or form is this me like saying, "Yay, Jackie, give me like a gold medal for this." No, or a trophy for this. No, this is just something that I think potentially could help a lot of people. So I'm just sharing my shameless truth and my stories here. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up the chart here. Well, first, two players in the game here, two asteroids I want to talk about that I'm going to show you on the chart in my screen in a moment, is Hercules and Ceres. So it's very interesting. When we look at asteroids, we want to look 0 to 6 degrees of a planet in a birth chart. So not Lilith, not Chiron, not those, because those are more so outer bodies and are technically asteroids here. So it's something to just pay attention to. Some people argue that they're planets. You do you at the end of the day. I don't consider them to be. So, I just want to talk to you a little bit about this Hercules energy, because it was so funny. I was reading in one of my books here that Hercules was associated with healing springs and thermal spas, and during his life, he was a fan of hot springs and thermal baths. As a spirit, he presides over them, and the Greek Herculean baths indicated naturally hot or artificially heated waters. Aries is heat, and we have this kind of energy here overall of like healing and moving forward with this specifically. Um, Hercules is also really known for like how are you going to move forward? How are you going to take action? And it's also strong energies of like keep going, keep going, keep going. And he is one where sacred dates are June 30th and August 12th. So maybe you want to work with Hercules as this, god here overall. It's definitely important to offer different types of food, drink here, but he is the high priest of the Roman temple and or the high priest of his Roman temple is used to gamble with Hercules. So if the priest won, Hercules granted him favors. If Hercules won, the priest procured courtesans for the deities. So this is something to be mindful of with maybe using Hercules energy here of like maybe taking some risks and getting some really big rewards because it is connected to Saturn in a way, but it's more so this god is connected to Saturn through Zeus and through other spirits out there. So just something to be aware of. This is my lip gloss if you like it. It's Almay Goddess Gloss. So maybe you want to work with some gods and goddesses. I have no idea that that was called goddess goddess gloss. But then we also want to talk about Xerxes for a hot minute here, which Xerxes, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so I apologize if I am. Xerxes, is the first harvested stock of the grain here, and or that's what farmers would look to her as. And she is someone who is the original corn mother, goddess of the grain, and she presides over fertility, abundance of plants, people, and animals. So I don't know if this is a good time to start a garden for a lot of you, animals, or get some plants out there in your home if you can. But may or may not be the same primordial experience. Oh my God, goddess of the god or car, and her name is believed to derive from the root word meaning growth, which I think is beautiful. Related words could include cerveza, which is beer, kernel and cereal. And so this is something with her. She's an earthly goddess beloved by the masses and has a highly significant and respected spirit. Sibyllian prophecies recommended an annual fast honoring Xerxes to ensure an abundance of harvest and to avoid famine. She's also the spirit of healing and dream divination. So pay attention to your dreams. I've said that in Neptune and Aries that things are going to get clearer now, right? Because Neptune is very, what the hell is going on? Whatever. And with that being in Pisces, we got lost in the fucking sauce, shameless squad. So pay attention to your dreams. Maybe you want to work with Cerise here overall. But this is a special day is May 29th, which is very beautiful. Actually, that's still around 3 days, I believe, after the new moon. So make sure you're subscribed to come back to that here specifically. Um, but I want to tell you a little bit more based off of Astro Gold. So I'm going to pull up the chart here. I'm going to share my screen with you. I guess I've missed recording. So share. Here we go now. Yay. Okay, let's look at this, beautifuls. Um, okay, so let's look specifically. Um, Let's use green. So we have Saturn over here, right? This is the general chart here. Saturn over here in the fourth house when this is all going on, happening here. And you have Xerxes and then you have Hercules right here. So this is within 6 degrees of Saturn as well as Neptune. So like I've said, go back and watch that Neptune and Aries stories. It's going to be playing out for years for your horoscope here, specifically overall, Shameless Squad. So when we click on Cerise and we read a little bit more, Cerise represents nurturing, therefore reveals information about the mother-child relationship and how we nurture others and how we are nurtured. It also tells of our capacity to love others and ourselves unconditionally. So this is in your fourth house. This is in the fourth house of family and relationships for some rising signs. This is, I believe, Capricorn rising. This is the time and what the sky looks like specifically here overall. But I thought it was so interesting because you kind of have, Daddy Saturn here, the daddy of the collective, and then you have Cerise here. So what is it that you want to nurture and grow in particular? So keep those things in mind. With Hercules, this is the divine hero, the demigod son of Zeus, and mortal mother, best known for the storyline of the 12 labors. Maybe you want to read that, maybe you want to look that up. But became a full god upon his death. He was struggling with something seemingly insurmountable, an inner battle to keep passions in temper and control, learning to become aware of one's own strength, which I think is very beautiful because with Aries being a very tempered, not very tempered, but a high tempered sign, there could be a lot of anger, there could be a lot of aggression here overall. And I think it's really good to just be mindful of that and remember that no challenge is too big for you and you can accomplish any of your dreams here, with Neptune also being dreams. I know it's like sleepy time dreams or whatever, but it's very beautiful energy together to take action on your goals, on your hopes, on your dreams, on like any wishes here. And I think if you wanted to spiritually work with these two, um, this god and this goddess here, these asteroids, I think it could be great to be able to do some different rituals around, take action on them, right? Because they are right here, okay? So it's playing out. Um, so I like that this is kind of the key theme with Xerxes here and Hercules here. How can you nurture your goals and be diligent and take the lead? And with Hercules, remember that it's about learning to become aware of how strong you are and your own personal strength and willpower to reap what you sow with this good karma, with the new blessings, with the new things that Saturn wants to bring to you here overall. Okay. So let's look up. Dun dun dun. The 0 degrees Aries chart here, and then I'm gonna pull a tarot card for everyone. I first want to pull though my new deck, see where the Devil card is and the World card. Okay. I actually really like this, so I'm just pulling one card in between. So the World card is actually in the upright of this deck here specifically. You have Five of Pentacles in the upright, and then you have the World card, and then you have Five of Swords in the reverse. Some of you could be 5-5, but this is literally showing major changes here and releasing yourself from them into a lot of success. I feel like a lot of you potentially have gone through a lot of financial burdens, feeling maybe left out in the cold of relationships, maybe in one-sided relationships here overall, or feeling like nobody has necessarily really cared about you and you're stepping into some worldly success. Maybe they didn't care about, the seeds you were planting, be it in home, be it in family, be it in work, be it in business, be it in life. Maybe they didn't check in on you. Maybe you feel left out in some sort of way here, and now you're getting some sort of worldly success here. And Five of Swords, I feel like this is a lot of you again enacting those different types of boundaries here. So that's awesome. Let's see where the Devil card is, because my guides were like, do it, just share a little bit, like, and do this, and then pull one card. So where are you? The feeling this is it. Nope. Sheesh. Okay. Where are you? Okay. I love that I'm talking about karmic justice and justice here because the justice card is right next to the devil. I know my screen is tiny. You may not be able to see it. Ten of Swords in the upright. So you really are needing to close out some sort of major cycle for a lot of you here. Swords are about the thoughts, they're about mind. And this card specifically, the sword's going through a heart. So some of you might have gone through a heartbreak. Some of you might have grieved the loss of a lot of people here. Some of you maybe have been attached to unhealthy, toxic relationship dynamics, people that maybe tried to manipulate you, maybe people who wanted to keep you bound to something. They're telling me blackmail blackmail or even some sort of like material possession here. And you have then the Libra card, justice, right next to it, where I feel like you're going to be getting karmic justice in some sort of situation if you didn't treat people unfairly or poorly or anything like that. And there's going to be an abundance of new blessings that you're going to harvest here moving forward. Maybe there's something about Libra season for some of you here overall, but I feel like it's going to get much better. And yeah, the Nine of Cups. Okay, we love that for you, Shameless Squad. So you have to let me know what resonates just even with this part here overall of the tarot, and then I will shuffle. King of Pentacles in the upright was the last card on the table here. So beautiful. Okay. I'm going to take a sip of water, then we're going to get into the rising sign fortunes. Mm. Okay. Let's get those aspects back though, because here we go. So, Aries, sun, moon, and rising. This is in your first house of you. So, you have like this main character story kind of energy vibe here, right? When it comes to Saturn in the first and um Saturnian like energies. This is new beginnings, new blessings, new opportunities, new things in the relationship with you. Is this a new start with yourself here? You know, is this enacting those boundaries with self-love, putting them out there with others? It's like in your face, whatever it is that you're trying to do or how to move forward here. Xerxes does want you to nourish yourself and nurture yourself when it comes to maybe self-love rituals. This is the house that use Aries, the first house of the self, as well as Hercules, really saying, hey, take action on those goals, be diligent, and move forward with these brand new blessings and beginnings. You know, with Saturn here, is this a brand new beginning of some sort of contract, some sort of dream, wish fulfillment here with also Aries and Pisces, or Aries and Neptune here specifically, right? There's a lot going on here for you, Aries, and I feel like over the next couple years, this is really like your level up karmic blessings of things being very clear cut here, right? And you're not messing around with different goals. You're not messing around. And I feel like a lot of you are maybe even like reparenting yourself here with Xerxes and Daddy Saturn here. And Hercules is like, you know, you're the you're the hero of your story here. The devil card in the upright. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you have been attached maybe to unhealthy people or individuals. And this is really the time for you to move forward. Seven of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. Speak your truth, put it out there. You are being divinely guided right now here. So for a lot of you, it's like, how can you nurture your goals? How can you nourish yourself? And what is going to be the best thing for you? Five of Pentacles and upright. So you've been feeling the financial pinch, and Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like there was some sort of maybe situation around money that went wrong. And King of Cups, maybe this was from like a fatherly figure or a business or someone that you loved here, a family member or maybe a boss here specifically overall. But there's something that's being healed that's going to be better for you. Animal totems of the eel and turtles are also going to be significant for you. So I'm sorry if you lost out on some sort of money, some sort of revenue, something about this here, but I can really tell that you were unbalanced. It wasn't the best decision. And Spirit wants you to make a better decision for you and your finances moving forward overall. Or anything tangible here. So I would just really pay attention to any contracts specifically with Saturn in the 10th house of career here with these brand new beginnings, especially read the fine print is what I'm like getting with that because Capricorn is the 10th house, public image, career, persona, everything like that. And this could even be with a fatherly figure for some of you, or maybe even like a motherly figure, or maybe something with family business. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like this video. Make sure to smash subscribe too, boo. I would appreciate it from you so, so, so much here, okay? I want this to just go forward. I hate that. Okay, hold up, everyone. Edit, tropical, full sign, calculate, and let's go like this again. Moving the wheel. So annoying. It should not be doing this. Okay, sorry, Shameless Squad. This is annoying. Let's do it this way. Why? This is so dumb, you guys. Or y'all, I don't want to say you guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. And let's do this. Hold on, Shameless Squad. Alrighty, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One final thought for you. Come back at the end. Make sure to watch this video all the way through because I have one final thing that I forgot to say at the beginning, and I don't edit my videos, so I am just going to add it in later here, okay? Check the other placements in your chart too. Make sure to drop a heart down below or leave me an Aries emoji comment and let me know what resonates with you, and I will be moving on to the next sign too. Okay. Oh gosh. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. What's up, Taurus? How y'all doing here? Okay, let's talk about you. So, Taurus, you have Saturn playing out in your 12th house here. This is mental health. This is hospitals, prisons. This is dreams. This is dreams at night. This is the subconscious. This is the psyche. This is the fears. This is things that are hidden that need to come to maybe light here specifically overall with Saturn. Do you need to take your mental health seriously and take action and go to therapy this year? Do you need to really like reparent yourself here with Xerxes and Hercules and remember that you are strong for doing that and taking action on it and giving yourself that love and that nurturance? Do you need to be more strict and nurture yourself on a sleep schedule? Is there something going on with that in particular, with this being the house of like sleeping here as well? Is there some sort of like hidden agreement, secret deal from far off distant shore, travel, land, space, place, when it comes to business negotiations or things that you may want to take action on or really nurture at this time? This is money from like far off distant shores and lands or even connections here. So, how do you want to nurture that specifically? Okay. Now, with Saturn over here in the ninth house, there could be a lot of things that are changing, maybe even with your psyche or even what you believe with spirituality. Maybe even you might be hiring on a therapist, mentor, a guru, a guide here, taking a course of learning, studying something with spiritual pursuits, especially with these 12th house, ninth house stories with Saturn ruling your ninth house specifically overall. Legal contracts, negotiations. Again, with Saturn in the 12th, I don't necessarily like that. So make sure you look at all the details, fine prints. Even if this is like higher education, going to school, some sort of learning here in particular overall. You might also just need to maybe change some things up with that if there's something that you're going back to school on and being really disciplined with your sleep schedule, how much time you really give to pursuits here, and also nurturing yourself here in particular. This is also legal agreements, negotiations. There could be something hidden in that if you are dealing with any legal battles. This is also book publishing, right? Have you wanted to tell your life story here and you've really hidden yourself, and now is the time to work on writing some sort of book here and make a plan, take the action with Aries here, be diligent on it, right? Remember how powerful your words are with Hercules and your strength and being maybe vulnerable about really hard, shitty times in your life that you haven't told any about. That's very hidden here. 12th house. Maybe this was with the mother, maybe even father, something like that here. Okay. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's get a card for you here with these themes. What does Taurus need to know? Thank you. Page of Swords and Ace of Wands. I love that for you. This Page of Swords again. This could also be doing some different inner child healing of your thoughts, your mindset, maybe working on fears, taking the action and moving forward, feeling the fear and doing it anyway is what I feel like telling you because you have the Ace of Wands in the upright, which is creative projects. It's let's go energy. And what's very interesting about this is like you have all the tools in your toolbox. You just have to have the power of self-belief with this Taurus, okay? So a lot of you might be reading different books, studying, doing a lot of writing projects, publishing here, but you have the Ace of Wands specifically. And this Ace of Wands is very different because it's got a snake around the person's wrist, which I think is very beautiful because it's like, how can you shed, your skin? And maybe there's going to be some sort of cathartic release when maybe you write that story, you go to university, you talk about mental health, you seek therapy, you work with guides, gurus, mentors for spirituality, for dream interpretation, you hire on someone that you trust that you want to work with one-on-one here. And you could also be, like moving forward with something really big. I really love this for you. I feel like this was destined for you. Mountains could be significant to you, or even pussy willow kind of trees or whatever. But Ace of Wands, this could be a lot of creativity that's at play here overall and not holding yourself back from anything new here. King of Cups, again, like I said, you're going to find a lot of freedom here and happiness. The moon card in the reverse, though, you do need to be working on your subconscious fears, psyche, blockages, mental health programming, and this is hanging out in the 12th house here. So that's not what you're seeing. Yeah, devil card in the upright. You've been having these fears for way too long, and Spirit's saying, yo, now's the time to let them go. Page of Cups again, and re-nourish yourself, mind, body, soul, and your child here too. Frogs could be a very significant spiritual animal totem for you during this time, as well as fish, and yellow flowers could be significant to you to really build up some confidence here as well. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like this video, help the channel grow, everything like that. Come back and watch this as much as you need to. Make sure you stick around to the end for one last thing that I have to share with all of you that I forgot to tell you at the beginning. So thank you, Taurus. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Cheers to you. Happy birthday, booze. Tell me what you're doing for your birthday in the chat if you are watching the premiere here or in the comments below when your birthday is. I want to celebrate you. Happy freaking birthday, boo. Geminis. Okay. Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. So you have Saturn hanging out in your 11th house. This is a fun house. What dreams, hopes, wishes are you manifesting during this time? Taking actions on, being very clear, making sure that things are falling into place. So this could also be manifesting new community, friendships, allies, benefactors, something to help you with hopes, dreams, and wishes here. The 11th house is a beautiful, dreamy, playful house here. So I love this for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. With Xerxes and Hercules here, this is kind of like adding the extra oomph and muscle to this house. Like, how can I be mindful of balancing like work and play, maybe with seeing friends, family members, allies, community, benefactors here. So I think there is a balance that does need to be had here. Some of you might also meet somebody through like a parent, a father, maybe even a motherly figure here, or an older sibling, since this is the house of older siblings, one older than you, in particular, not all siblings. So just being mindful of that, whom they might connect you to with some sort of new endeavor, some sort of new goal, hope, dream, or wish here. What I would really tell you here with Saturn in your 11th, have a plan. Don't get distracted also by maybe other people or what they're telling you, because that can be the shadow, which can make you feel maybe diluted. So really set those boundaries and assert yourself with where it is you are going, what it is you are doing, how it is you are manifesting. Remember your personal power and strength here, and also nurture yourself here. And don't be self-sacrificing in relationships. Like if a friend is like, I want to see you this day, this day, this day, this day, but you're like, I have this really big thing I've been wanting to work on and I haven't gotten to this day or this week. You kind of need to set some boundaries here overall. Saturn being the ruler of the eighth here, this feels very, this could be meeting a new intimate sexual partnership, relationship, hookup. Well, maybe not hookup, but a sexual relationship here overall, with this being Saturn ruling the eighth house. This is also money, other people's money, taxes, things that are owed to you here specifically. Is this a new legal structure from an ally benefactor? Are you working with an accountant to get more bang for your buck here with something in regards regards of tax brackets, or are you hiring on like an investor in some sort of contract here overall with money here? Are you tapping into more community and occult wisdom knowledge here, like going to friends to astrology readings or getting Reiki done or learning about tarot or doing something with oracle or psychic abilities here? Okay. Is there something that needs to be enacted here with the eighth house also being secretive and the 11th house being like friendships, communities, hopes, dreams, and wishes? You know, is there some sort of secret manifestation that you're going to be putting out there and you need legal documentation here overall with Saturn specifically? Um, Eighth house is also looking at the psyche. So make sure that you are being mindful and diligent of people during this time because it is secrets, it is shadows. So make sure you are focusing on your shadow work here during this time, Gemini, sun, moon, rising sign here. Let's get a card for you, okay? Okay, Six of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you can't go back to past relationships, friendships. This could be someone from childhood nostalgia. This could be, yeah, like those people trying to come back around to you, and there could be some wound around that with Chiron here. Overall, maybe you knew this person since childhood here specifically, and you might be cutting and ending and severing since this is the house of childhood and it's in Leo here, and it's aspecting, you know, the third to the 11th here. It's in a nice flow, harmonious aspect here, like trying to, or what is it? Is it trine or sextile? Let me get it right. Hold up. Dun dun dun. Actually, it's squaring for you. So yeah, you might be in some conversation specifically with this in regards to maybe cutting somebody off here, but you got Six of Cups in the reverse. And so I feel like I'm telling you, like, don't go back to any past relationships, lovers, or exes, things of that sort. Yeah, Page of Swords in the upright. Hold out for something new, something better is coming in for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. You have to believe it though. There's something about that here. And I feel like you need somebody who is grounded and tangible and is very firm, strong, diligent, and shows up for you as well here. Yeah, Two of Cups. I'm telling you, in the reverse, this is like, don't go back to any ex energy, especially if there's like, oh, this person was a friend and we tried dating before, but it didn't work out. Like, I don't know why. Yeah, Magician, your card. You're manifesting better here. Black cats and foxes could be significant to you. You could be manifesting someone during your birthday season or even during Virgo energy time frame. You could have those in your chart too. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Come back to the end here. Watch the whole video. I do have a shameless bonus here too. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. What's up, Cancer babies? I am one of you. I'm a Cancer Sun here, okay? So we have a beautiful karmic blessing of Saturn blessing us through our 10th house of career, public persona, reputation, taking things one step at a time in action towards these career goals. So you might be getting some sort of leadership position, some sort of contract, some sort of level up, more money here specifically. And some of you might be doubting yourself, which is why Hercules here saying, hey, remember how great you are. Remember how wonderful you are. Remember how incredible you are. Remember your personal willpower and your strength and all that you've done here. And give yourself some of that Circe self-love, self-compassion, like, and tell yourself, I can do this here. This might be some sort of dream job opportunity, maybe in spiritual healing, just as well in general, or lots of contracts specifically that go really well. This could also be public persona, reputation. Neptune also rules arts, music, industry, photography, creativity. Like it's also, it doesn't fully rule creativity, but it's also like this is in public. So are you doing something in public? Are you out in public? Networking could be really good for you during this time moving forward here. But this is like you're about to be seen and have like a glow up in career, which I love as long as you stay diligent to what it is that you want with your values and your morals, especially in relationships and whom you might be contracting with or legal negotiations, or this could even be a marriage partner or a spouse or a partnership or a business partner, a friend here. But I feel like the biggest thing when you have Saturn ruling your seventh house and your 10th house cancers, this is like being integral like integrity when it comes to your relationships, how you want to do business, how you want legal contracts, like whom you want to collab with, who you want to connect with, whom you want to work for. I feel feel like a lot of you are potentially going to be your own boss here, though, specifically when you have Capricorn here and Saturn here, it's like, yeah, relationships are really going to help you, level up. And maybe this is like an influx of clientele coming to you or friendships coming to you for certain services or relationships or colleagues connect you to certain people within your career here. But with Saturn in the 10th, a lot of you are going to be becoming your own bosses here specifically and doing some things of getting it legal, maybe even an LLC, a S Corp, whatever. Maybe for those of you that already have an LLC, maybe you're moving into an S Corp here, right? Maybe you're working with some sort of lawyer on that, right? Relationships or building your network community relationship repertoire. So be mindful of how much you are working here is what I also want to say because Saturn, this is like Saturn's house, the taskmaster here. Don't forget to have fun and hang out with people too, your relationships here overall when it does come to business and work here, but have some fun with it as well is what I want to say to you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, yeah, you've been feeling it. Ten of Swords in the reverse. You're coming out of a major cycle, and Page of Swords. Page of Swords is beautiful. Contracts, clients, negotiations, agreements, writing projects, things that you're putting out there, your thoughts, you're leveling up with your mindset and your mentality here specifically. I really love this for you, Cancers. Yeah, an Ace of Wands underneath that too. Just like Taurus, you could have Taurus in your chart here, but this is about you taking the leap of faith, moving forward with this, but having a plan here. And this is a lot of masculine energy sign here. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you're coming out of any restriction, feeling like, oh my gosh, like I didn't actually have money for this in my career or whatever. Maybe I wasn't getting paid as much as I wanted. Yeah, and Three of Wands, you're calling in your ships and you're moving into this brand new expansion and abundance here. Lotuses could be very significant for you during this time here. And Temperance, Sagittarius energy, remain well balanced. And I feel like through all the trials and tribulations of this year, you could also have Sagittarius in your chart, but we do have the North Node in Sagittarius or in the Sagittarius house in Pisces. But I feel like you might have been really struggling cancers this year just with Mars in your sign and feeling like when does it finally get better? It's coming. And we got Jupiter moving into our sign soon, Cancer, which I'm excited to do a video for that later. So let me know what resonates in the comments below. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Like this video. Make sure to come back to the end for a little bit more that I got in store for you. Okay, boo? Leo's Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. How are you, Leo babies? So you got we Saturn in your ninth house of legal agreements. This could be court matters. This could be philosophies, new ideas, new thoughts, higher education here. Are you getting an acceptance letter to go back to school? Are you signing a contract to take a course here? Are you teaching a course here with Saturn here overall? Are you, you know, potentially even moving to a far off distant shore or a land here or something with that moving forward specifically overall. I feel like you are really kind of trying to be in this Dharma kind of house, trying to do what it is that you want, trying to figure out what it is you want moving forward here with Neptune and Aries as well, specifically, and Saturn. There's a brand new beginning for this in particular, but I feel like you have to be very strong and diligent in what it is that you want here overall. This could also be you hiring a guide, a guru, a mentor, a therapist, a coach, a healer, maybe even a shaman with Saturn here, right? Maybe a videographer to help you with something here. Like, I don't know what it is. But this is something where you also need to be very nurturing of your true hopes, dreams, and wishes with Xerxes here overall. This is a house of spirituality too. Are you learning about different types of spiritual, rituals, ideas, goals here? And with Hercules, like, how are you being asked to really move forward and be strong, even if someone else thinks it's like out there, you're crazy, right? Like put it out there anyway, right? F it and find out. You have Saturn ruling the sixth house of debts here. So, okay. I want to tell you, be careful of karmic debt here. That may be coworkers, colleagues, friendships, or this might be a time to pay back some karmic debt to other people in life here, right? Can you support a coworker or colleague in something that they're doing in their life? Can you do something? This is services that you give to others here, the sixth house specifically. This is also pets. Can you help an animal shelter? Can you adopt a pet? Can you pet sit for somebody? Like literally, Leos, this is asking you to give back to others during this time and clear some sort of karma specifically. That's going to be really important for you here with coworkers, colleagues, services given to others, how you can really give to others during this time here too, and really balance out some sort of spiritual karma specifically, as well as like your routines, your day-to-day tasks, pets, everything like that. Maybe some of you are going to really look at your finances, maybe even donate it to causes that spiritually feel aligned to you or people, or really give back to people that and like level up in some sort of way with some sort of knowledge that they might have. Right? Like, let's say you work in corporate America, 9 to 5, and then you like have a coworker or colleague and they're actually like a shaman and they're doing some sort of retreat. Like, oh, and you may like, wow, that's actually really good for me to like go to. I'm going to invest in this, right? Are you going to do something for legal documents? Maybe take a course of learning here and you have your own business here, right? And it supports another colleague here, and specifically it's a tax write-off, right? So there's something about like being able to be more giving during this time, being able to give more generously during this time. Saturn is a lot about monetary value too. So what can you give here overall, Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign? Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Yeah, 3 of Cups, like give in order to receive. There's some sort of celebration. And 2 of Cups, cute. I love that. You could be going to some sort of group getaway adventure here. 2 of Cups for a lot of you. This could be new love within yourself or friendships or relationships or communities here. And I feel like maybe some of you have been feeling kind of left out, and Spirit's like, move forward, make the investment. You're going to be happy you did these things on a spiritual level. We're talking about spirituality. Literally, that's cups. Your emotions are going to feel really good, really better. Brown birds could be significant to you, as well as purple flowers and frogs here too. So just pay attention to that here. I feel like a lot of you are really trying to move forward with better people in your life. Yeah, 9 of Swords in the reverse, and maybe even doing some things in therapy with ninth house being hiring guides, gurus, mentors here, to really hone in on some stuff here. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. And a lot of you might be like, oh my gosh, I'm so strapped for money, or this certain thing wasn't what I wished it was. And 4 of Wands, it's like you reestablishing some sort of foundation here. For some of you, this could have been couples therapy with 2 of Cups and that 4 of Wands in the reverse. And for others of you, this is something brand new. And 2 of Wands is you figuring out your path moving forward. And I could really see you hiring on somebody that could be helpful for your goals moving forward. So Leo, sun, moon, rising sign, let me know what resonates in the comments below, like this video, everything like that, and come back to the end for a little bit more information. Bonuses that I'm going to be talking about. Virgo, sun, moon, rising sign. So you got Saturn over here in your 8th house of sex, intimacy, the psyche, secrets, mysteries. This is also occult wisdom, taxes, stocks, investments, things of that sort here. Okay. So are you going to sign some sort of legal agreement with a stock or with an investor, or taxes here? Are you going to, work in some sort of legal setting here overall, maybe, and maybe sign some sort of contract in regards to spirituality, hope streams here with Neptune right here, dreamy kind of vibe energy? Are you going to be learning about, tarot, Reiki, astrology, occult wisdom, knowledge, spirituality, numerology, meditation, mindfulness? Like, are you studying psychology? Are you studying certain things? Are you working with certain gods here, deities? With Saturn in the 8th, this really wants you to build up those different types of muscles here, especially with Hercules, like have a routine, maybe around spirituality, or look at, your finances, maybe a budgeting plan or an investor here, right? This is also hidden, so I'd be very careful with spending, be very mindful with spending too. With Xerxes here, this is also nurturing yourself and your soul here, and like being able to balance the goals with maybe spirituality or certain things that you do love specifically overall. So how can you also maybe have some me time in the midst of all these things in the house? Because it's kind of like well, now I did this for taxes, now I did this for investments, now I'm doing this with stocks. And I feel like spiritual rituals are going to be really important for you to tap in during this time. Are you doing shamanic healing here in particular, especially visiting a shaman or a psychic or a medium? Are you practicing any skills with that too? Your karmic blessings could also really reap some big rewards here, since this is the house of money, other people's money. So you may also be doing some different types of services here when it comes to that, and it like pays off big. Virgo, sun, moon, rising sign. You might be getting some guidance from people with that too. Now, with Saturn ruling your fifth house here overall of Capricorn, this is sex, romance, hookups, F buddies, dating, creativity, joy, pleasure. This is like a happy-go-lucky house. Like you like this house. We will like this house, okay? This could also be childbirth here. If you are able to be pregnant, get pregnant, maybe there's something about that in particular. Maybe being diligent about like a sex schedule here overall, if you do want to have kids, right? Or being very aware of that. Could this also be entrepreneurship? Yes. And creativity with maybe opening up something, some sort of legal entity or business with fifth house also being entrepreneur. Um, what this is asking you is how can you have a little bit more fun in your day-to-day life, and really give yourself some of that back here too. Is there a creative project you want to start? Is there something new you want to start? Is there something, spiritual sage wisdom like that you want to start that relates from fifth to eighth houses here, right? You may be coming up with some sort of program here overall too. And this is like a beautiful, happy joy house. So don't forget to allow yourself to have some joy during this time, Virgo, sun, moon, rising sign here. Okay, you got the Five of Pentacles in reverse and Page of Swords. Everyone is getting the Page of Swords. The Sun card. The fifth house represents the sun. Oh my God. Virgos, that's so beautiful. Whatever it is you're doing, creating, manifesting, working for, I feel like it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, a lot of financial freedom. And the Justice card in the reverse, you're cutting off relationships with people who didn't pour into you. Yeah, Knight of Cups in the reverse. And maybe you even took advantage of, a money situation, a divorce, something of that. They're telling me like, yeah, spousal, child separation, custody battles here, but things are going to be turning in your favor here, Virgo, here, okay? So again, look for all the receipts, print out all any documents with that. Doves and white horses could be very significant to you. Five of Cups, you could have been going through a very dark, depressed time, maybe even feeling sad or down here too. Geez. But you are manifesting some new things because the Magician card was underneath that and it wanted to show itself overall. Manifesting Knight of Pentacles. This is literally like Saturn energy, like the slowest card in the tarot, taking things one step at a time. And you might be like, when's this coming true? It's going to come. Okay. Just make sure you have a plan here. Fool in the reverse. Don't get distracted. Don't forget everything. Don't forget all the tools in your toolbox. Don't forget that you are very strong and confident and capable of anything. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Make sure to like this video, drop me a comment down below, help the channel grow, and come back to the end to know more about a little bit something I'm going to be doing here, okay? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. How are you, Libras? So we literally have Saturn in the house of you. You are no stranger to this house here, Libra. So I feel like you're going to get a lot of karmic rewards and blessings through your relationships. For some of you, this could be a fatherly figure. For some of you, this could be a marital contract. For some of you, this could be a partnership agreement, a business contract. This could be something really, 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 really big and exciting and new. But it is going to ask you to put in a lot of hard work and diligent effort when it comes to your marriage, when it comes to business partnerships, when it comes to other partnerships or agreements that are made through your relationship. So, Aries energy, you might be asked to take the lead and step up here overall. The front person, the forefront, this is something where you in particular, will just need to be comfortable being in the spotlight of the me, with this being your, sibling sign, but in your house and Hercules right there. And remembering that like every little thing you do, yeah, every little thing she does is magic. So remember that like all small steps lead to big rewards with Saturn in this house. For star season, for those of you that maybe are married or in a partnership or relationship connection, you might need to nourish that a little bit more, but also maybe have some time to self here too. For a lot of you, this is also just nurturing like your goals, your dreams, your wishes. Okay. So, like an example of that, if there's something that you're doing for, business or work, if you work from home or a 9 to 5, like how can you bring a little bit more self-care into the day? So, for example, you see me sipping my water, right? I literally have two candles over here when it comes to this. I have my salt lamp in the background. I have my lights on in here. I am cozied up doing this while it's rainy out because I get more calm. I like the natural light of the rain and the green in the backyard. Like, how can you add a little bit more pleasure to the things that you are working on in business partnerships, negotiations, agreements, contracts, everything? There's nothing necessarily hidden here, but if there's something that someone's going to try to get you to do with Neptune and Aries, and you're like, ugh, I don't like that, please trust your intuition here overall. You have Capricorn in the fourth house. So you also have like daddy over here and mommy over here. Mommy's technically in the ninth, but like this is, or oops, the eighth here, but this is technically, Cancer's house, your cardinal sign here. So Capricorn in its sibling sign house here. This could also be like you need to take on some extra responsibilities at home, maybe needing to have some clear boundary with family members, friends here. The fourth house specifically, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, this is you may need to clear some past karma when it comes to any mother wounds, family wounds. For some astrology, some people say this is the father house. So, really needing to clear any past karma, any past negative things maybe you put out there. If you treated a mom poorly, a father poorly, people in your family lineage poorly. So, what could be really good for you is not only that, but you know, signing on a service or agreement to actually maybe help a shaman, a spiritualist, someone with sage wisdom, someone very wise here to help you take action and move forward on releasing and letting go of any generational trauma, generational patterns, generational things. Really clear your fourth house karma is what I want to tell you because this is a karmic house, more so of the self here specifically. Connected through family. And if you're a fourth houser, this is something you're going to be dealing with your whole like life here. So it's just one of those things that you clear this, you get the rewards of this here. So pay attention. Karma goes both ways. Let's shuffle out the deck for you. Libra's card, very beautiful. Magician in the upright. You're manifesting here specifically. And Knight of Swords, contracts, negotiations, agreements, a lot of communication here. This is Gemini Virgo. Again, black cats or foxes or white horses could be significant to you. I see two deals because you have the Knight of Wands, yeah, and the Hierophant in the reverse. Two deals, and one of them isn't going to work out. One of them feels very chaotic, while the other one is actually structured, has everything written in the contract. So just be careful of Taurus Libra here, your energy overall. This could be with another person, but I also see you not wanting to do certain things the most traditional way. The Empress, Libras, I love that showing up in your fucking power. You might be building some sort of empire here, but take things one step at a time. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Like, don't be in a distorted divine feminine energy of I need to overproduce, I need to overdo, I need to overdo this, that, whatever. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Like, enjoy the process here, and take grounded action is what I feel like telling you. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. You are the second sign that will be most impacted by that. This in particular with Saturn moving into Aries. So come back and watch this video as much as you need to because it's going to be very important for you, Libras. And also help the channel grow and hit subscribe too. I love you. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What's up, Scorpios? Cheers to you. I need a sip of water, boo. Hmm. Well, you need to drink some water, Scorpio. Okay. What's up, my loves? So, Scorpios, you're no stranger to karma, is how I want to start this. You rule the eighth house, right? Which are lessons you are meant to play out in this lifetime, and you may track karmic relationships, partnerships, connections, right? Things in the psyche. Now, when you have Saturn in the sixth house here, okay? I'm going to start with karma. Clear any karma with coworkers, clear any karma with services that you give to other people. Be very giving during this time. Clear any karma with like any even animals or pets or just certain things here. But I feel like a lot of you, this is your also your day-to-day tasks, routines. Saturn wants you to get very diligent with this here. I know this might seem like a very boring kind of vibe, house, whatever, or going into work, same people, same day, not the different story, just same old, same old. And here, what Saturn is really going to tell you is because you stay strong, you stay diligent, you are going to have some sort of, blessings that come through physical health routine, right? Are you working on a new physical health routine here, specifically with Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries, that feels more dreamy, that feels more exciting? Are you doing yoga? Are you doing certain things that make you feel really, really good here? Like this balance with this kind of energy, right? Can you have a little more fun with your day-to-day routines and getting tasks done here overall? Do you need to redo some sort of schedule here that's going to be beneficial to your overall health here, right? Some of you might like sign a new contract, maybe with a new doctor or a provider here, or maybe you're getting your annual checkup. I don't know, could be good for you. For others of you with Hercules here, I feel like you might be also building muscle, or there's something about like weight routine here. But I also want to encourage those of you that are like, I need to work out every single day. I need to do this every single day. Take your rest days here, right? This does not replace medical advice or anything like that, but that is just one of those things we naturally do need to nurture ourselves here. So I want you to challenge yourself to nurture yourself every day, challenge yourself to give to yourself every day, and figure out a way that you can get into a better routine, maybe with physical health and wellness here, because that's what Saturn wants to bring to you. And then before you know it, you might just be feeling happier, more abundant, more blessed. Your coworkers are doing well, you're doing well because you feel good and your physical health feels good. So you show up for work on time, you feel amazing with work, you feel like, wow, I can get shit done. I get new contracts, new legal agreements here, right? They're telling me if you work with coworkers, colleagues, there's just a lot of things that need to get in place with structure here overall because this house is packed here, specifically. Okay. Now, with Saturn ruling your third house, this is local neighbors, communities, short distance trip, travels, cars. Um, could you be signing some sort of new agreement of a car, or is there a new mode of like transportation to get to and from to work? Is this a new, also gym contract here specifically with sixth house of physical wellness, right? There's something that you're like doing in the community because this is, this is gyms, this is restaurants, this is libraries, bookstores, shopping centers, grocery stores, like bars. Where do you go every single week here, right? So you could be starting something new with some sort of contract here, co-working space, doing something specifically where it benefits you putting your face out there a little bit more in the community, which benefits then your physical health or even like your your work life in this too. This is also asking you, how can you give back to your community? How can you give back to maybe supporting local? How can you give back to places and spaces that you go to during this time with Capricorn energy here? So, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates with you in the comments below. Let's pull a card for you. The Hierophant in the reverse. So, I feel like some of you with this, you might be potentially breaking off a contract here when it comes to some sort of work setting, relationships, or even colleagues, or like I'm quitting the gym, like from friends here, right? Like I'm cutting this out here overall. Or this is like maybe you like saying, I don't want to do, the traditional, because Saturn is also very traditional, like way of working out. Like I want to do my own thing. I want to go to Tai Chi. I want to learn karate. I want to do kickboxing. I want to do yoga. I want to do qigong, or I want to do certain things. Maybe qigong is like exercise for you. Like I don't know. I mean, you bounce up and down and you move, right? So I feel like this is also about you, Hierophant in the reverse, your sibling sign, Taurus energy, allowing yourself to do what feels right for you, allowing yourself to give yourself permission to be free from something, be free from something. Hangman energy in the reverse. So you might be stuck in something, King of Pentacles. It is a job for a lot of you here overall, okay? And it's in the reverse, and that's something that it doesn't seem like it's going to work out. The Star card in the reverse, your finances are potentially going through some sort of healing during this time, or there might be other ways for you to actually heal your finances here. The Fool card in the reverse, there's some sort of contract that I think currently at some sort of job or position may not be renewed here. Ten of Cups, you're going to find something that makes you happier and feel better here. Pay attention to orange birds here, cats, and black and white dogs. Those could be significant to you as well here, okay? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Please make sure to like this video, help the channel grow. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. It takes less than 30 seconds for you, and come back to the end for a little bit more that I have in store for you, okay? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. So I love love that you have Saturn in the fifth house. Fifth house is hopes, dreams. This is also creativity, entrepreneurship. This is a luck house. This is a house of happiness, joy, pleasure. So Saturn here is really asking you, what is it that you are going to be happy with making money with second house of money here overall? What kind of contracts agreement, bring you joy and pleasure here? Because you also got Venus here. Venus rules the second house. You have Capricorn. And so Venus is a two-part story for you, Sagittarius. It's something that you love, and so, like the heart, it's something that you love, right? And it's something that is money. This is self-esteem. This is pleasure here, right? So some of you maybe are going to be applying for some sort of job or position. You might be like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can actually like get that job opportunity, but it's like telling yourself, believing in yourself and saying, let me try this. Let me take the initiative. Let me take the action. And you never know what could work out for you in particular. We also got Neptune hanging out here, which is like very dreamy. It's very much so enlightenment. It's very spiritual. It's very doing things for the highest good of all and taking action with that in Aries here. So I feel like for a lot of you, Sagittarius, you need to have a plan of action to work on some sort of long-term commitment with maybe career endeavors, money endeavors, love endeavors if you're partnered, and even working on your self-esteem and how much you value yourself here. Okay. Those stories are going to be connected to fifth house matters. Now, careful is what I want to say if you don't want to have kids here. You got Daddy Saturn, you have Xerxes here. This is the house of childhood, pregnancy, romance, hookups, dating here. Okay. So just pay attention to that with birth control here overall, specifically, right? But remember, Saturn wants you to be very diligent in your endeavors and just know how strong you are in taking action moving forward on your goals here. Second to fifth house stories here. You never know. You could also be opening up some sort of business, LLC. This is the creative entrepreneur's house. This is an entrepreneurial house here and getting things going. Maybe with Saturn and Aries, this is like the fire under your ass that you needed to get going and move forward with this and try it with the second house matters here and Venus being, money. And this would be like, wow, I had no idea I could actually make money from this. And I love what it is that I'm doing with second to fifth house matters here. Make sure you nurture yourself if you are doing anything like that. For those of you that are pregnant, make sure you are nurturing yourself. You are getting enough sleep. You are taking time for rest here too. Putting in like PTO or even help for maybe someone if you are a business owner and you need somebody to like come in during maybe some time off here specifically, everything of that sort. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, let me know what resonates in the comments below. Queen of Cups, I love this energy. The Queen of Cups is a very empathetic, compassionate, spiritual, psychically giving person here, and death card in the upright. I feel like you are really being called to trust yourself and trust your intuition. If there's something that hasn't been working out, Sagittarius, for months on end, the Scorpio death card energy is asking you, cut it off, cut it out. It's done. Now you're in Saturn and Aries. What is the new energy that you want to move forward with and take grounded action one step at a time here? Black crows could be very significant to you here as well. But I feel like for a lot of you, this death is like transforming into some sort of rebirth with something you love doing and like trusting spirit here. Squirrels could be significant, snakes and crows, but this Queen of Cups is like has a cup here overall and her eyes are closed and she's just like trusting the divine. So I feel like you might need to trust the divine in whatever endeavor. Shut up. And you have Cancer. You have legit the Chariot moving forward. Congratulations here. Some of you may be getting a new car, a new opportunity. There's something that you do that is successful. So I need you to trust in this. And we have Cancer moving into your chart ruler, Sagittarius, which is Jupiter in June, which it's exalted. So that's going to freaking affect you in a beautiful way. And especially if you got Jupiter in Cancer, hello, blessings, okay? Or Cancer in your chart too. But Three of Pentacles, yeah, you might be working on a team. You might be hiring some people on. You might be doing some things for more money and groupthink here. And I really love that for you. Fool card, a brand new beginning here. You're stepping out overall. Can you sell some sort of knowledge, wisdom, things that you have here specifically? And don't doubt yourself. yourself, okay? I don't need you to doubt yourself overall and get caught up in Saturn's depressive energy. I need you to remember that I can do this. I believe in myself. Whatever I do is going to be successful here, okay? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Help the channel grow. Like this video, share it with a friend too, boo, and come back to the end because I have some surprise storing you. There's some surprises in store for you. Hmm. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am one of you Cappy rising signs. Okay, so let's talk about you, Capricorn risings. You are going to be doing a Daddy Saturn in your fourth house. Okay. So, kind of similar to Libra, you're going to have a similar story of clear your karma. Okay. Fourth house is mother, but you also have father here. Okay. Clear any past karmic wounds in regards of childhood wounding patterns. You got Chiron here, you got Saturn here. There's not, there, I cannot stress this enough. Okay. So, if there's anyone from the past, anyone from past childhood, that you did wrong, or past relationships you did wrong, past people you did wrong, Venus relationships, okay? Past dad, past mom, past things from childhood. Practice forgiveness, release it, let it go. This is a karmic house. So make sure you are taking action on working on healing any karma here specifically. Remember how strong you are and how you got through those harsh times here. Give yourself some grace and nurture yourself with maybe any karmic wounding patterns that you had with people. Venus in some astrology is also known as mom. So this could be like maybe double mom energy here. Maybe you've had two mothers growing up, but then also father energy, right? So I don't know. There could be some stories there for you specifically. Saturn's really asking you also to take care of your home. Some of you could be moving. Because this is fourth house. Fourth house is literally like your house, your home, your space, your place. So you might be signing some new legal agreement, contract, something specifically. Maybe there's something about a dream home here and knowing that like, hey, I can do this. I can move forward with this overall. Maybe it's to someplace warm here or even by, water specifically with Neptunian energies here overall. Now, we have legit Capricorn, you in the first house here. This is brand new beginnings with whatever you want, similar to Aries here. What do you want? Okay. What do you want? Saturn will bring it to you, but you have to work on boundaries, work on self-love, work on self-worth, work on getting the new beginnings and moving forward with this in particular. This is something where it is the house of the self. So, what is the number one thing you want to maybe start with a relationship with the self? Are there certain things where like your identity has maybe changed in, some sort of career path, endeavor, purpose? Is it, some sort of identity has changed in sexuality and gender and where you're moving forward? What is that you're doing? Is this also working on any ego identity issues or things and releasing them, letting them go, right? And maybe leveling up into a new, healthier mindset here. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. Really nurture yourself is what this is also telling me. Give yourself a lot of pleasure here too, okay? Death card, very interesting about the self. You're cutting off an old version of yourself and who you are now with the Saturn moving into Aries energy. You're going to be unrecognizable, and congratulations. You are going to be reaping karmic rewards and blessings because you haven't treated anybody poorly here, anything of that sort. Eighth house, you have Mars going through it. I cannot ignore that. In particular, somebody around you could pass on, but just know that their soul always lives on here. Ace of Swords. Again, you might be moving. There's a house in this Ace of Swords here. New contracts, new negotiations, new legal agreements here by Cancer season. Page of Wands, I'm telling you, some of y'all might be moving here specifically. This reading portion is kind of similar to Sagittarius, but this could also be a creative project that really takes off. Yeah, Three of Swords in the reverse. There's no blockages. You've done your healing here and you're moving on from better things and better people. Crows, bats, and horses could be significant as well as like wolves for you overall. But you have these crown chakra activations that are telling you certain divine wisdom, certain divine downloads, certain divine things here. You could also have Scorpio or Cancer in your chart. Those seasons could be significant to you. We also have Cancer ruling your seventh house of relationships and Scorpio ruling your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. So I feel like whatever it is that you've been manifesting is going to take off. Some of you could be moving to the mountains as well. King of Pentacles, Capricorns. This is like one of the best spreads ever for you that I have done. Something big that maybe you've even been working on from the home front here, Capricorns. And maybe, this is going to be a brand new beginning. Maybe you launch something from the home front. Yeah, right. And boom, like it takes off, right? Lift off. And then we had Cancer show up and that spread a lot of relationships, a lot of contracts, a lot of people coming through, maybe marriages. You're making big moves. And you had the 11th house of Scorpio come through with death, rebirth, transformation. You've done your shadow work, you've integrated it, and you have a big wish fulfillment coming up here. Yeah. Four of Swords in reverse. Some of you might be restless about this, so make sure you are slowing down, grounding your energy, dealing with your anxiety, stress if you experience that regularly. Capricorn. Congratulations, Cappy, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Help the channel grow. Like this video, completely free to you. Come back and watch it anytime you need to. This is playing out for a couple years here, okay? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign here. I think you're really going to like this, Aquarius says, okay? So you have Daddy Saturn playing out in your third house. This is short distance trips. This is where you go day to day in the community. This is cars. This is short distance travel. This is also siblings. This is also um, sales, marketing, online, social media, technology presence here. So, is there some sort of project or some sort of social media that's upticking that maybe gets you connected to some sort of like agreement here? Are you getting lots of sales agreements, marketing agreements? Are you signing contracts for something here within your career endeavors? With this specifically, is there going to be some sort of like, some sort of legal agreement maybe with siblings here overall, like I don't know, what is it that you are really wanting to nurture in sales, marketing, relationships, maybe with siblings, even going short distance trips, traveling here? For some of you, are you going to your local community Hercules strength training at the gym here, right? Are you building some muscle here during this time? Are you getting more consistent in your day-to-day tasks here as well overall? Because that is really more so tasks here. Sixth house is more so routines. Okay. So being very mindful of that. Are you stepping up into some sort of like new way in a career setting that you are being prompted to take action on, lead on, maybe with social media, sales, marketing, things of that sort? Make sure to balance your work and play is what I feel like telling you. You have Capricorn in the 12th house here specifically overall. So if there's anything related to undiagnosed mental health, the psyche, shadow, subconscious programming, fears, now is a great time for over the next couple of years, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, specifically rising sign. And I'd even say like moon here to really work on some of these things. I mean, and sun, all of you, right? So being mindful of how are these 12th house fears, worries, matters getting in the way of you taking action moving forward on third house goals here, right? 12th house is also your dreams at night. This is also, spirituality. There could be a lot of maybe awakening, shakeups, things of that sort here overall for you, Aquarius says. So pay attention. Maybe you're getting into a dream journaling routine. Maybe you are doing some things to build your confidence during this time with Aries in this energy in the 12th house, Capricorn. When it comes to that, Five of Swords, ooh, and the Moon card in the reverse. So Pisces rules the 12th house, which is the Moon card, and it's in the reverse here. So I feel like a lot of you have maybe a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Death card in the upright. A lot of you have dealt with a lot of chaos, conflict, competition in life. People that want to put you down, people that want to cut you down, people that kick you when you're down, Aquarius. And I'm so sorry. This is really sad. And the moon card in the reverse is like, you'll just suck it up. You'll just suck it up. You'll just suck it up. I'm not going to face it. I'm not going to face it. But then it gets so embedded in you on a subconscious level that it fucks with your psyche and you can't handle this anymore. You might be experiencing crying spells and you have Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like for some of you, this could be a coworker, a colleague, or someone that like you had a really good relationship with and like you invested in them, they invested in you, your time, your energy, money, and effort, and they almost didn't care. And the Death card in the upright, you've known this person since childhood or since teenage years, for some of you, or a really long time. Could be a Scorpio. You could have Scorpio in your chart, but I feel like this is also spirit saying, hey, you need to grieve, you need to cry, you need to heal during this time. Um, Very intense. King of Wands. Yeah, take action, move forward on this. You may be traveling to doing some things for healing overall. Ten of Pentacles. Don't worry about work or money or, family matters during this time. All of that will cut back. You need to invest in yourself here at this time is what I'm seeing. Yeah, Knight of Cups and heal like an inner child wounds or things from your teenage years. Or just even learn how to feel your feelings. Okay. So again, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, only take what resonates with you. Like this video, help the channel grow. Come back and um, come to the end here too to figure out what I have in bonus and store and some other things too. But and come back and watch this read as much as you need to, Aquarius, okay? Okay, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. We have Daddy Saturn going on in your second house here next to your chart ruler Neptune, which I really love. This is like a hope dream, money wish, love wish, connection wish, right? Pleasure wish, self-esteem here, like leveling up energetically. You have a packed second house, so you could be experiencing a lot of upticks of money, a lot of upticks of love, a lot of upticks of people wanting to nurture you, nourish you, and even celebrate all your hard work and successes here as well. Make sure you nurture yourself here too. But you could be getting some different types of contracts, opportunities for money here. This could also be like maybe are you wanting to find love and there's this like dreamy, higher worldly like connection here. It's very pleasing and pleasurable here, right? You like pour into that, you nurture that, you work on it, right? For those of you that are committed, do you need to nurture that, work on that, nourish your current relationship or relationships here? You have Capricorn hanging out in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes here, which is beautiful, Pisces. So there could be some sort of hope, dream, or wish connected from the 11th to the second here of money stories, of love stories. Does a friend hook you up with someone and boom, it's like true love, or it goes the distance with Saturn here, where maybe you want to sign a marital agreement in the future, or maybe you want to go steady, or maybe you want to be like, hey, I only want to date you now, right? Is there a connection from an ally benefactor here that really gives you some sort of like dream job or connection here overall, or wants to like invest in you, invest in your business, invest in your career? Just like have some sort of really good loving connection here specifically, right? Is there going to be some sort of contract negotiation or agreement from your 11th to your second here with Saturn, where a friend tells you about a certain job, a certain thing, and it's like, wow, that is a dream job, goal, wish, and like manifestation complete here with Saturn here specifically. There's something that you're going to be taking the action and lead on, and it's really going to take off specifically when it comes to your money as well as your services given to other people with Mars here. So I can't ignore like there's a lot of like money stories here specifically, but also hopes, dreams, and wishes that just like take off and take action here, especially while Mars is in Leo. So take advantage of these energies, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Magician. So I see a lot of you are kind of stuck on something from the past. Yeah, stuck on you. Stuck like you, or stuck like you, huh? Stuck like glue, you and me, baby, we're stuck like glue. So maybe you feel stuck in a current relationship, a current partnership, a love connection, or maybe some of you just feel stuck in some sort of job opportunity endeavor. You're not really sure where to go. I am recording this while Saturn is still in Pisces in your sign, but we do have a brand new communication, manifestation that's coming in here. The Magician card is like the 1111, like Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. And like I said, you get love and you get money here, but you also get creativity and you also get these beautiful conversations and connections through people here. So I feel like some of you need to let go of the past, leave it in the past, maybe do some rituals with this, and moving forward, really giving to yourself specifically. Yeah, Ace of Cups in the reverse, it hasn't manifested yet, maybe by Cancer season, or this is delayed, or there's a Cancer that's coming towards you, or you have Cancer in your chart, but it's very successful here. Okay. Crows and dragonflies and lotuses could be significant to you as well as foxes. So just pay attention to that. But this is going to fill up your cup here specifically. I feel like you don't even see it coming here. Two of Wands, you don't see it coming, but you have a couple choices, options. And I feel like you're spiritually trying to be in alignment of like, what is the next path, maybe for love and money stories here. Knight of Pentacles. You want something stable and solid and sturdy. Very good. It might take you the next couple years to maybe find that here in order to be on those endeavors, which Saturn doesn't want flippant energy. Saturn wants you to get grounded. Four of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I felt this energy, and that is also the 1111 card. Some of you might need to be working on your marriage, your partnerships here. For others of you, you may be reconsidering some things of how do we move forward. So Pisces, sun, moon, rising sign here. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Help the channel grow, everything like that too, boo. It's completely free to you here as well. Make sure to hit subscribe. I have a couple other videos that are coming up that I forgot to talk about. So we have the new moon in Gemini that's coming up. And then before that new moon in Gemini, we have the moon at its domicile, meaning that's the best position that the moon is in prior to the new moon in Gemini on the 26th here. So next week, I believe that's Monday, depending on where you're at in the world, might be a day before, day after, timing, everything. So really with this moon domicile in Taurus prior, which moon is intuition, it's feelings. And in Taurus, that's like pleasures, that's money, that's joy, that's happiness, that's love, that's sensuality. And then Saturn moving into Aries at that point in time, this could be a really great time for clearing old karma, letting go of old karmic, people, relationships, duties, saying you're sorry, forgiving other people that have hurt you, letting go, releasing it, because things are going to get very fast, very quick, very go, go, go energy with the collective here. And astrologically, that's just playing out with all these, outer planets like moving into Aries here. If you haven't felt it, maybe you will soon, but this is coming for all of us, Shameless Squad, boo. So don't be surprised if your manifestations are taking off and you need to take action and move forward on some things and really get grounded during this time with the plan. So set yourself up with a plan and use the energies of 3 days before or 2 days before with the moon in Taurus prior to the new moon, which you can manifest with the new moon. So I would take advantage of those energies specifically at its domicile when it's at its peak in the sky to get you ready for that new moon in Gemini energy here. I'll be doing another video on that. So definitely come back around and hit subscribe to watch that too. But to really take advantage of these potent energies, I'm not going to lie, especially with the moon being an inner planet and so close to us, that is something that use these energies. Like seriously, it's going to benefit you in the long run in regards of all these different things that you want to explore a little bit more. So watch this, that other video too. I hope to get it up as soon as possible, a couple days before the actual new moon to say that as well. But also work on your karmic clearing here. Work on your karmic clearing in regards of the different things I talked about in this video, releasing, letting go, shedding, also practicing some self-compassion with that Xerxes energy. And remember how strong you are and resilient you are with that Herculean energy here, right? Of like, okay, like maybe I effed up in life and I found out, and now I get to move forward and also be like, wow, well, I was strong enough to go through that. And now I'm going to make sure I don't do these same things twice. So we have Saturn being, you reap what you sow, and we all want to be sowing, karmic blessings moving forward. So pay attention to how you're taking the lead, how you're holding yourself accountable, how you are being honest with people, how you're setting boundaries. That is the light side of Aries, and putting yourself out there, right, with these new beginnings, and have fun. Be careful of the dark side of Aries, which is being impulsive, being aggressive, being angry, being erratic, and, not holding yourself accountable to things. And be careful of the dark side energies of Saturn, which is depression, restriction, not taking action on your goals, and really trying and being in maybe even like a victim mindset mentality here overall, of maybe people are out to get me because it's in Aries, and Aries is the me energy of the collective here. So Shameless Squad, one other video that I'm very excited to do that I haven't done yet, that you've probably seen all over YouTube other astrologers doing already, is Jupiter in Cancer, which is exalted. So we love that. So much blessings are really going to be coming in, and I believe that is June 9th here. If I got that wrong, my bad. But I really want to do a video on that, and I might do a giveaway on that. I might be giving away some of my old like tarot decks, oracle decks, not really old. I just like don't feel connected to them. I don't use them, and so they just take up space here in particular. And so if I decide to do that, let me know if you would be game for that. But you have to be here during the live premiere if I decide to do this. And you also have to go to stayshameless.com, sign up for the newsletter in order to get the tea of what you need to do to actually win those decks here overall, specifically. So, again, let me know what you're thinking if you'd like that. If not, I was thinking about doing a giveaway, but I don't know how many people would actually be interested, who would actually show up. And I would want to have enough people come to really enjoy that. So, yeah, Shameless Squad, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for interacting with me in the chat here. Thank you for all my returning subscribers, your likes, your comments, just everything. I'm so grateful. Your tips, your donations. I love all of you. You are all so freaking wonderful for sticking around with me too, as I've kind of been on and off YouTube, everything like that. But I really wanted to make this video as soon as I could right away for you. Make sure to check out any lives under the videos tab or the lives tab too of certain signs because I might be doing some more tarot this week too. So, psychic tarot reads. So, yeah, Shameless Squad. Come back, watch this video as much as you need here and use it as a resource. Share it for other people, especially if you watched all 12 signs and you made it through the whole thing. I love you. That is amazing. And share it with a friend who might relate to these messages. This is playing out for years, and honestly, like, use these energies or they use you, and you reap what you sow, boo. So, as always, stay tuned for more and stay shameless.